let's extend the concepts learned in the previous video further. In the previous video, we showed how to create a pointer to an object and how to call the member functions through that pointer. So in that function, in that program, we created class A. Okay. So now let us inherit this class by creating another class B. Okay. And class B public A. It means it is inheriting the class A. And in this class A, let us write some member functions and data members. So let us have an integer j as the private data member, and in the public section let us have a function void get j int x and here we initialize j equal to x. Here we write show underscore j, and here let us show the value of j. Cout j is equal to j endl. Okay, let us also write here I is equal to I. Okay, so that we can know that which value we are printing, whether we are printing the value of I or we are printing the value of j. Okay, so it means this class B, through inheritance, it has got I and it has got get I and show I, and it also has its own functions get j and show j. Okay, and in the main function we have created an object of A. We have also created a pointer of type A. Okay, and now here let us create an object of class B, BOBJ. Okay, so we have the B object, and through B object we can access the public data members of this BOBJ. So let us call BOBJ underscore get I and pass some value. Let us pass 10. BOBJ dot show underscore I. Okay, so let's run it. I is 10. Okay, so because through inheritance these members were also accessible in class B, we could call get I and show I. Okay, and can we also call BOBJ dot get j? Yes, of course we can call it. So let me show that also. So get j, let us say it is 20. B underscore obj dot show j. Okay, so the value of j will be 20. Yeah, it is 20. So I is 10, j is 20. Okay, so this happened when we created an object of class B. Okay, and now can we create a pointer of B also? So let us create a pointer here, B star BP. BP means B's pointer. Here let us name it AP. Okay, so here it is AP, and now we are creating BP. Okay, so we are creating BP, and let us send the address of B object inside BP. b underscore ob. Okay, so this this b pointer bp has got the address of b object. Okay, and using bp we can call all these functions. Can we? Let's check it. bp arrow operator get I, bp arrow operator show I. Okay, and also change this bp arrow operator get j and bp arrow operator show j. Let's run it. Now we are having an error here. Okay, so this is a mistake. Now let's run it. So we are getting the same output. So we are able to access the object. We are able to access the members of class B through a pointer to object B. Okay, and now let us make the things more complicated. We already I showed you that we have a pointer of type A. It means we have the base class pointer. Can we assign the address of derived class to the base class pointer? What is the derived class object? It is BOBJ. Okay, so here what I am doing, I am assigning the address of derived class to the base class pointer. Okay, and now in theory we have seen that the integer pointer should point to integer data only, character pointer should point to character data only, and double pointer should point to double data only. But in the concept of class pointers, the base class pointer can point to a derived class object. That is what I am doing here. Okay, and what I am doing, we have a base class pointer AP and it is pointing to the derived class object B underscore obj. Okay, now let us try to call all these functions through AP. Okay, so let's copy here and through AP we are trying to access them. Okay, let's first try to access these get I and show I. So here AP is pointing to base class object, derived class object. Let's remember this thing. Okay, and through the base class pointer we are trying to access the derived class functions. Okay, so let us run it and see what happens. So it is working fine. It is giving us I equal to 10, right? So it means that the statement which I made, that a base class pointer can be used to point to a derived class object, that is correct. Okay, so we are able to access these get I and show I of B underscore object using a base class pointer AP. Okay, and now let us uncomment these statements also and try to see what happens. Now we are getting an error. What is the error? Error is class A has no member get J. Did you mean get J? So what is happening? Although we can access the base class, although we can use the base class pointer to point to a derived class object, but it can only access the members which are defined in the base class. We were able to access get underscore I and show underscore I, but it has no knowledge of any new members which are added there. That is why we are not able to execute get J and show J. Okay, so the points to remember in this exercise is that we can use a base class pointer to point to a derived class object. It will execute all the members which are inherited by the derived class from the base class. That is why we were able to execute get underscore I and show underscore I through this pointer AP, although this pointer is pointing to base object. But any new members which are added, they are not able to run using the base class pointer. That is why we are getting an error when we try to run get j and show j, because get j and show j, they are added by the derived class. They are not inherited by the derived class. Okay. And another question here is that can we use a derived class pointer to point to a base class object? No, it is not true. So we here have a derived class pointer also, which is BP, which is created here. This is a derived class pointer, and my question is, can we use it to point to a base class object? What is the base class object? A underscore obj. This is a base class object. Can we do this? Let us try to run this also. First comment these erroneous statements. So it is invalid. Invalid means we cannot use a derived class pointer to point to a base class object. Okay.